Hello, hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. I'm giving you guys a little real tea with Shevonne Sells Homes. No, I haven't been on here in a while on these Tea for Tuesdays, but I'm going to try my best to get on here a little bit more to share some tea with you guys. It's really hard to get me to sit down and be still to do these, but I'm going to try my best, okay? Today, I just want to go over a little bit about the difference between your realtor and your mortgage broker, okay? Your realtor and what his or her role is in your mortgage or your home ownership journey is to basically match the buyer with the seller, okay? Or match a seller with a buyer, whichever role she's playing and whichever side she's representing. So basically, the realtor matches the seller with the buyer or a buyer with a seller. The mortgage broker matches a buyer with a lender. Okay. We have two different roles in your homeownership journey. So, I always try to advise my clients of that first and foremost. We have two separate roles. So, you're going to have a separate relationship with your mortgage broker, and you'll have a separate relationship with me as your realtor. What we do is provide you with the knowledge and the tools that will be up against in searching for your home. So I help you find the home, negotiate the terms of the contract, and so on and so forth. What the mortgage broker will be doing is a significant role in your whole homeownership journey. So that has to do with everything credit, finance, employment, rental history, tax returns, all things numbers, basically heavy on the numbers on the mortgage side. We as your realtor, we're not privy to everything that goes on in your mortgage process. So we should always advise you, I know I always do, to discuss those options with your mortgage broker when you're discussing anything numbers. We cannot advise you on those numbers. What are my closing costs? What are my fees for this? What are my etc., etc. Should I pay off this? Should I pay off that? When you have put in your mortgage application with the loan officer, you have now become their client, and their role is to walk you and guide you through that whole mortgage process. I'm here every step of the way, but again, I'm not privileged to a lot of that information on the back end. Um, can I apply for this? Can I apply for that? Can I do this with my credit? Can I make this deposit? Should I do this or file this on my tax returns? We operate as what we call arm's length, so we don't share that information with you. I'm not a tax professional, so I won't share tax advice with you. I'm not a mortgage broker, so I won't share mortgage um, information with you. To a certain extent, we know a little bit. I tell all my clients I know a little bit about a little bit on the mortgage side. I'm not certified in that capacity, so I only speak on what I know. So with that being said, just to give you a little tidbit of what you will need up front with your finances, again, once you fill out the loan application, you get that application started. Once you get pre-approved, what your lender or mortgage broker, we use those terms interchangeably, loan officer, lender, mortgage broker. What your loan officer will also send you along with that pre-approval letter is a fee estimate sheet. That's going to include your closing cost, all the funds that you're going to need to bring to the closing table on that day of closing, okay? What you need to know up front is anytime you're purchasing a home, you're going to need down payment and you're going to need closing costs. Okay? You're going to need down payment and you're going to need closing costs. You're going to need down payment and closing costs. Okay? Especially in today's competitive market where sellers aren't really including any closing costs. They're not incorporating any of those fees. They're not contributing to your closing cost. Prior to 2020, you could still, well, prior to 2021, because last year you still could get the seller to pay some of your closing costs. Now today it's a different story. That's another Tuesday's tea, okay? But you're going to need down payment and closing costs. Down payment could range anywhere from 3.5% of the purchase price of the home. Okay, it just depends on what type of loan you get approved for. There's different types of loans. There's conventional FHA, which is the most sought after for first time home buyers. There's USDA, and then there's a VA for veterans. Okay, so the most common, or the down payment cost is going to be typically 3 to 3.5%. USDA is 100% finance loan, and so is VA. So those are excluded in that numeric calculation. Okay, so you're going to need anywhere from 3 to 3.5%. Sheesh. So 3% is usually conventional, and FHA is usually 3.5%. Closing costs range anywhere from 3 to 5%. Okay, so when you get the fee estimate sheet as well, it's going to include all of that, and all of those fees are going to be a high estimate. So the loan officer's role is to over calculate what the cost will be. So it's better to be over prepared than under prepared, right? Okay, so they're trying to make sure that you have all the funds available when it's time to close. In addition to the down payment and closing costs, which the loan officer will go over in detail with you, um, it's going to be earnest money. What is earnest money? It's the earnest money deposit, and that is basically insurance to the seller. That basically protects the seller if the buyer walks away from the deal. Okay, um, earnest money is usually about 2% of the purchase price of the home. That is a deposit. So whatever the fee estimate sheet is that the loan officer gives you, let's just say you're buying a $300,000 home, and the fee estimate is for your down payment and closing costs comes out to be, let's say $11,000. Okay, your earnest money deposit is 2%, which is $6,000. That's going to be your deposit off of that fee estimate sheet. So it's a deposit. So 6,000 less 11,000, that means that you're going to be bringing approximately about $5,000 to the closing table. Most times less than that, because again, they have averaged out your fees higher than estimated. Okay, and that's a good thing. Okay, and it depends on if you're getting down payment assistance and all that good stuff, as far as if you're going to need 2 months reserves, all that good stuff. All that's deeper into the mortgage side of it. So that is something that you're going to have to pound into your head when you're purchasing a home in today's market. That closing cost is not guaranteed unless you're going new construction. If you do resale, 9.5 times out of 10, the seller is not going to contribute to the closing costs. So it's best that you are over prepared to have all the funds on your own. In addition to down payment, closing cost, earnest money, you're going to need the cost for your inspection, which varies anywhere from about $250 and up. And you're going to need an appraisal, and that usually costs anywhere from usually about $450 to $600. Okay, so you're going to need those fees when you're purchasing a home. There are several resources to help you with down payment, and there are some resources that I can assist you with for closing costs. So I would love to be your realtor. I would love to discuss in more detail what it is that you are going to need in order to purchase a home, and walk you through the steps of your home ownership journey. Thank you so much for tuning in to Realty with Shevonne Sells Homes. I look forward to talking with you guys again. Please reach out to me, 404-218-9089. You can schedule a complimentary, which is a free consultation, through my website, www.shevonnesellshomes.com. SHEVONNESELLS homes HOMES.com. But you can definitely reach out to me at 404-218-9089. Today has been Realty on Tuesday with Shevonne Sells Homes. Thank you again for watching, and you guys have a blessed and wonderful day.